100, so yeah, definitely would be nice to get back out, but we'll see.
All right, indeed. So who's your money on?
It's got to be Nick. He's riding so good at the moment. The bike's fantastic. I hate to be biased, my own teammate from last year, but yeah, I picked Nick.
All right, don't be shy, Now he's starting to get away. Look at that from Nick, look at that from third on the grid. He's fantastic. Will he make the work and do it around the outside? Lovely to have the Heat Mister man there. He stands out like a dream in the Mega Motorcycle Centre colour scheme. And in fact, all the riders are supposed to have the lights on, and I see there's not many of them that do, but we can pick up those that have. And in fact, all of a sudden by Nick, when he just looked so good from the start, he slips it back to about 4th place. So unsure what happened there. I'm sure he looked to be third, but here he goes on the inside, looking to peel him off. 4, 3, has he got it to second? Will he get there for the number 1, Brad?
Yeah, I think he's got it done into the left-hander, so SJ Cavell led them off the line and around the S's, but it looks to be the orange bike of Nick Kane will lead them down into the McKissick curve. SJ Cavell just getting past for second. That's Andy McLaughlin, I think, up the inside of him, so unfortunately SJ's going to lose another one, so that looks to be one of the white bikes of Ben Rosendale in there in 3rd place. So SJ Cavell led off the line and round Castrol, but now he's back to 4th place. Alex Butts in there in 5th as they head in the hairpin, but Nick Kane did this yesterday and took off. Andy Mack's a lot closer now than he was this time yesterday, so let's see if he can run with them in this Pro Twin 8-lapper.
Look, Sam, how does he get off the mark so quickly? Because once he got through that corner, the ground, look at the ground, he's already got the buffer here. Nick Kane does his part so well.
Yeah, like I said, he's riding really well at the moment. He's had a lot of experience, a lot of confidence from last year. The bike's looking really well, and you know he's just riding at a high level. So it's going to be tough to beat, but maybe Andy will be able to hold on to him this time. He certainly showed him at Ruapuna, so we'll see how we go for the rest of the race.
Nice to see. We're talking about Nick Kane, who's already gone to lead. Right at this point, a lap ago, he was back and forth, and then he started to make his move. Peeled him off down the inside, 4-3-2, and we look like we've got a change coming up there. Maybe 3rd moving into 2nd, Brad.
Yeah, so Ben Rosendale just tucked up the inside of the S's and got into 2nd place, and he wasn't letting Andy Mack back in there, so they were side by side down the back straight. But then, so that was Ben just closing off the line into the John Jones Steel left-hander. So Ben looks to be quite fast. He's caught right up the back of Nick Kane. So this is going to be an awesome little fight, I think. 3 of them head around the McKissick curve and start kinking for the right-hander into the hairpin. So I'd have a look at Ben Rosendale. He is right there on the back of Nick Kane this time.
All right, there we go, our 1, 2, 3 again. Yeah, and looking at that margin, because we saw the punch that we could see from Nick Kane to pull out of that hairpin, but that time he was equally matched by Andy, who's saying, hey, you're not going to get away from us too much this time, Sam.
Yeah, no, Ben's riding really confident, obviously. He's pretty happy with levels. I don't know if he had the best Ruapuna run from memory, but he's obviously riding right here today. So, and he was very strong up north last year, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him there in the championship hunt. Hopefully he can keep up this good form.
All right, Sam, for you, are you going to make a trip to the North Island, whether it be as a supporter or a rider? What's the words? 6 weeks away, mate? You could save a fortune in that time.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see how we go. It's a long way, obviously, just to go to spectate, and it always feels not so great not to be riding, but yeah, maybe. We'll see how we do.
Right, hey, that double header at the end, building up towards the end of March, so that's, in fact, you can call that nearly 3 months of saving. So maybe you can get a bike and just put those two, because you like Taupo, don't you?
Yeah, I like Taupo. Currently, fortunately, lap record holder up there. I got it last year, trying to chase down Jordan. But yeah, definitely would be nice to ride again. But I don't think I'll be riding again until I get this pin out of my leg from the break earlier last year. So, and unfortunately, it hasn't come out till April. So we'll definitely won't be riding. All
right, okay. Well, we can put that fair to rest. All right, Brad, you're watching out for a good one there. And can Nick Kane still hold it, because he's got more pressure this time?
Yeah, a lot more pressure this time. So Ben's following him the whole lap now. So Nick Kane seems to be doing enough defensive work there, just making that bike as wide as he can. Ben looks to be the faster man on track, but without finding a way around him. Andy McLaughlin has settled into 3rd place with now Nick Sutherwood up into 4th with that looks like to be the 89 of Josh Augustine. So a better ride from Josh this time and go back to the 21 of SJ Cavell, who's dropped down to 8th place. So unfortunately, SJ having a horror run off pole position this week.
Right, keen to watch out for the excellence of our field out there. Remembering, of course, we had Nick Southwood and on the action as well, but he's got it back to 4th place at the moment. The team colours there with Ben Rosendale up there. The boys have got an awesome looking a Red Bull replica set up out there and look pretty classy. So it's Nick, the big standout, and the Mega Motorcycle Centre bright orange, and Ben Rosendale with Nick in 4th place, and between them Andy Mack. So actually 2 North Islanders, 2 South Islanders. Sam, from an island point of view, what have you seen over the years with Pro Twins? Because we did see quite a South Island domination, but the North has pounced back a little bit. What is it, sort of anything island-based, or is it more local tracks? What do you think?
Yeah, it seems to be that there's always a couple of good South Island riders, but the majority of the top half of the field seem to come from the North Island. I think they have a pretty good up there when they're racing in the Suzuki Series against the faster Superlope bikes. It really pulls them along and gives a good target point, you know. So I went up there a couple of years ago and rode a ProTwinR2 in the Suzuki Series, and it was really frustrating, but also good for my riding because these guys pull away from you on the straight quite heftily, and you've got to really make it up in the corners, which teaches you how to ride really well. So it seems the majority of the top half of the field seem to always come from the North Island, but there's always one or two really strong South Islanders, which makes it for a really good overall meeting, and it means that the series is always varies a wee bit between the South and North Islands with all the local track advantage.
So you're thinking Nick Kane needs all these points on these South Island tracks as a South Islander, because coming to the North Island he might find himself on the back foot. Not saying that, but you know that's the potential. That's why he needs to get momentum going here in the South.
Yeah, for sure. It's always really handy that we have the first couple of rounds in the South Island, because it means that all the momentum that the North Islanders get from the Suzuki Series kind of gets stalled a wee bit when we have our home track. But no, you definitely need to bag those points down here it's as a South Island rider, because obviously this year with 3 in the North, it's going to be a few more tracks that they're going to have a bit more experience with. And yeah, but looking at the lead anyway, we've got Benno right up on the back of Nick. I mean, he's really staying with him this race, and the times they're looking pretty good in those 1 minute 10s, very, very strong. But yeah, that's Benno's definitely making a run at Nick at the moment. So we'll see how we go the rest of the race.
And we've also got a change for third place too. So Nick Sutherland up into third place and already pulling away and trying to catch this front two as well. So fastest lap with a 1:10.354, Nick Sutherland. So that's your man to watch on screen. You can see him on screen now on the Ctas Live. Nick Kane is still getting hounded by Ben, and then now Nick Sutherland on the Sutherland Racing SV 650 right there as well, with Andy Mack coming under pressure now from Josh Augustine. So a great ride from Josh in this one.
Well, I tell you what, when we saw the work going by Andy Mack on Nick Kane, and then Nick Kane sort of pull away and he'd be forced to close the gap a little bit, and now look out for Ben Rosendale. Man, this is a Ben Rosendale that was a champion of the class a couple of years ago. And when we were talking to Ben, he just said, no, it hasn't been right for him, and particularly Ruapuna last weekend just didn't gel. He's done a lot of changes and setups, and it looks like whatever he's done overnight has been a help with that, Sam, isn't it? That's a huge gap he's closed.
Yeah, it's definitely a big change from yesterday. I'm sure Nick would prefer to turn back the clock and have yesterday's race again, but he's going to be in for a fight on his hands, which is always fun as well. And Nick is really closing the gap. He was 0.7 of a second quicker last time around. He's going to be there very shortly, and it's going to be a three-way fight for the lead all the way to the end, I'm sure.
All right, so we've got a Nick and a Nick. We've got a Nick in first and a Nick in third place, and a Ben in between the middle of them. How they're going to go as we line them up this time. So here we are, 1, 2, 3, as quick as we've called them. That's the pace at which they're going over the line, and then it's a faster one again, and he's improved on his time. He's right down to a 1:10, which is a very shallow one, and an 0.69 as well. So good work out there from Nick Southwood. But it's Nick Kane, Ben Rosendale, Nick Southwood, Brad Ken, Ben Rosendale. Get there. What do you reckon his chances?
Yeah, well, 2 laps to go now, so they're already down the back straight. So it's definitely going to be interesting. Ben's going to have to get it done pretty quickly because Nick is coming for them. So there he goes up the inside into the left-hander, and I think he's got it done. I'll have to capture the look, and yes, it is. Ben in the lead now, so it'll change for the lead. And he will want to get away because Nick Sutherland in third place is coming for them as well. So Ben, a great race, just sort of stalked in behind him and then found a way past into the left-hander. So this is still anyone's three-way fight for the lead at the moment as they head into the hairpin and then go back to Andy Mack, who's coming under big pressure from Josh Augustine there. Great ride there with Michael Patchett back there riding a little lonely ride back in 6th place.
And that was a fantastic pass off the back straight. He really didn't do it on the slipstream. It was all under brakes off that straight, and that's a fast corner to be made, diving late up the inside of someone into, as they really just, you can throw a blanket over them coming over the line. That's a fantastic ProTwin racing at its best.
Yeah, indeed. Sam Davison, expert comments coming from us here at the moment as we look out for the field. White flag with them now, 1 to go, and keen to look out for the update. So Ben, Nick, go to Andy Mack in there. Then look to Josh Augustine, Michael Patchett, Alex Butson. What's Alex? I said to him, hopefully some more good luck. He said, well, I can't have any more bad luck, can he? He's had a lost chain. We lost a chain yesterday, so he's had a blown engine, a crash, and a lost chain. So things have not been too good for him. So looking to see him make the improvement, and 7th place has got to be massive when you've had 3 lots of bad luck like that.
Yeah, having a look, their leaders into the McKissick curve. Definitely a little bit of a buffer there from Ben Rosendale, but now look at Nick Sutherland all over the back of Nick Kane. So Nick's going to have to make that Lugen SV 650 as wide as he can. Heads right and then into the hairpin. I think Ben Rosendale's got enough of a buffer to get out of the hairpin okay and make this happen. But look at that. Nick Kane gets out of there neat and tidy and on the gas, gets a good drive out of there. So great riding from those three, and they'll head out of there into the bus stop. It is going to be Ben Rosendale leading them into the bus stop. Nick Kane, Nick Sutherwood. It's going to be the run for the line. I can't see that changing. It is going to be Ben Rosendale, Nick Kane, Nick Sutherwood. Great ride there. Josh Augustine gets 4th. Andy Mack back in 5th with Michael Patchett closing up for 6th place. Alex Button, he'll be happy to finish a race. That's a good 7th place for him. SJ Cavell, our pole man, just gets pit by Matt Bro there. So Matt Bro in 8th, SJ Cavell in 9th. Some awesome, great racing from Pro Twin, brought to you by King Motors right here in Timaru. You can see the 87 Chris Burt, 63 Colin Terry, the 70 of Peter Gunn, Vaughan Main in there as well. So some battles all over the field, but a great ride. Ben Rosendale stalked him the whole race and passed him with a lap and a half to go and brought it home. So that's going to be awesome to see if Nick Sutherwood can get a better start off the line. He's qualified way down in 15th place, so from 15th place up into a tight 3rd. So great riding there from Nick Sutherwood.
Well, they were the same 3 yesterday, Sam, so the win going to the 65 out there, Ben Rosendale, he got the 3rd yesterday. Nick got the 2nd, but he got a 1st yesterday, and for Nick he got a 2nd, he slipped back to 3rd. But those 3 looking to dominate, and poor Andy Mack at Ruapuna, hey, he was looking like he was going to be the man, but he's a bit outclassed a fraction today.
Yeah, I think he really performed really well at Ruapuna, and a bit of a surprise perhaps for himself maybe even. So he's still got a lot to learn. This is the first year on that Pro Twin. He's running the Dunlop tyres as well, which are a little bit different from what most people are running. So yeah, it's going to be a learning South on for him, and hopefully he takes it up north and continues moving forward. But yeah, always a learning time on the Pro Twin. It's a hard class to be at the front of the field for the
Thanks, Sam. Thanks for joining us, mate, and look forward to seeing you back again.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Yeah, well done. We'll be going to podium coming up next. Well, folks, if you missed that comment, Nick's just turned to Ben and said, "You're lucky I'm starting in 15th place." Yes, unfortunately for a shocker of a qualifier, and he did an awesome 2nd yesterday. He's now done a 3rd today, and those conditions for qualifying, well, he hasn't had the best of the day, but he certainly, in the early part of yesterday, but he certainly made up for that, proving it was no one-off. Love those words, Nick. Matt, you've got a smile on your face, which is awesome to see, and hey, congratulations, because it is a quarter power to weight ratio. You've been looking after your body as well and getting a bit fit with it, so I'm sure that's starting to pay dividends. Are you feeling better for it?
Yeah, definitely, Neil. I'm feeling way better. I'm training hard, but my goal is a bigger goal, but I'm just happy to be here. I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun riding with the bros.
Yeah, beautiful words. Man, oh man, does that sum up our sport or what? Nice to see. Well, Nick, we were with you as well. We made the comment once you'd gone to the front, we thought it was going to be yours, but Ben's woken up on the other side today and really starting to do better.
Yeah. No, it's been really good, eh? I was going as good as I could at the time, and I had a lot of tyre wear on the left, so like everyone has anyway, so I was struggling there, but otherwise it was good. I think the bike's going well. I can't complain, and yeah, so thanks everyone.
Yeah, well done, philosophical about that. Ben Rosendale, mate, what did you have? Was it tea last night, breakfast this morning? How are you feeling? Look at that smile, well done. That's the old Ben Rosendale from 2 years ago.
Yeah, no, I've been working hard, and I've had a bit of a slow start to the season, but I'm stoked to get the win. All the hard work's paying off, and thanks to my sponsors, Division 99, for helping me out this season, and Sutherwood too. Yeah, looking forward to the second race.
Thank you, guys. Oh, Pro Twins, what a race and what professionalism. Good on you guys, looking fabulous, and a great presentation of Man and Machine. Yes, indeed, courtesy of Underground Brown, along with Heatmiser, we've certainly got a good one here, and check it out, Mega Motorcycle Centre, Repsol. Nice to see the presentation of these great bikes, and of course our Red Bull team, Division 992, are all there and all on fire with Nitron and more of their great sponsors. Checking it out with Motul Oils. All right, coming up will be our 125 250 mono, this fantastic class that balances the best of our Moto 3 bikes up against the old traditional 125 two-strokes.